And hello again to another update on building the UCS Star Destroyer above Jedha City. Last week I got the base plates in, the first couple of base plates, which was actually the second order, but well, they're here. So I kind of started with the base, but currently I can't continue because currently it is Sunday.
No post on Sunday.
I don't have the next order in. I already placed an order for bricks. I also placed an order to fix the gaps in here. That should come in a couple of days, and once I have the gaps filled up, I can actually build the full UCS Star Destroyer. So I do need to continue with that build, and that's what I'm going to do first. And then hopefully later in the week, my orders will come in and I can fix the gaps and build the Destroyer as is. And then I can fully turn my attention to Jedha City itself. But first, I just need to get rid of this mess that is still on my desk, so let's get busy. So has it ever happened to any of you that your set fell and, well, one of your pieces was, in this case, strained? Because the funny thing is, it's not broken, but you can see it's strained because it's white instead of the light gray and it's just a bit bent. So I actually decided to order a new part to just replace it and have it look good. But yeah, that happened a long time ago when I had this built and, accidentally bumped into it. Let me know in the comments if that happened to you. But anyway, let's just continue to build now. And that kind of concludes the build of the Star Destroyer. Of course, I cannot put it on there yet because I already said I wanted to fix the gaps first. So the moment that the order is in for the gaps, I'm gonna fix that and then I can build everything up. So let's cut to me when I have my pieces in to fill in the gaps. So it is now Wednesday and 2 packages have come in. One of these, I'm not sure which, has the parts to fill up the gaps. The other one has the little antenna that is missing on one of these. So let's see about it. So this is the first one. I have a whole bunch of 2x6 reddish brown plate, which is very useful for those big ugly rock pieces that I have. Well, there's the antenna. This is mainly the reason that I placed the order, and a couple of slopes. I don't know why just 4, but I suppose that's all they had on the side. And some nougat slopes and some dark orange slopes as well. It's not a lot. I think it's just what they had on the website. Oh, by the way, that's not nougat, that's dark tan. All right, well, small little order. Let's continue on to the other one. And this is the other order, and this is one that I've been very much anticipating. This is all the stuff that I'm going to need to fill up the gaps at the bottom of the Star Destroyer, and then I can actually put it together entirely because I won't need to actually reach in there from the top. So let's get going. And that completes the Destroyer. The antenna up top is fixed. But more importantly, the gaps down below are all fixed. There's nothing here. This plate is on here. I mean, it is a little bit awkward, but I'm perfectly fine with it considering it just goes right up until the support structure. The support structure is now essentially also a bit reinforced with the way that I, fix that. And also here, it definitely seems just a bit nicer that is all fixed up. I did have to change this a little bit because there's an entire plate like over here that I needed to take off. So essentially what I did behind the scenes was take the entire thing off, change this around and figure this one out. But now, this is right up until the support structure. The support structure is reinforced with some Technic stuff, and I just think overall the bottom looks nicer now, so I'm happy with that. The one thing though, this support is wobbly as all hell, and while I am confident that these supports will hold up, I'm not confident in this. As you saw in a previous video in one of the time lapses, this structure broke off, so I desperately need the parts that I have ordered, and I should be getting in tomorrow, for essentially a substitution of this entire bit, so that I can just start working on something that goes all the way around these. So let's hope those parts come in tomorrow, and in the meantime, I'm gonna see what else I can do. So yeah, I didn't really do all that much, but I just, messed around a little bit with the pieces, figured out how to essentially make rock pieces next to one another, on top of one another, but I don't really have anything concrete, so the pieces are just on my desk, whatever. What are you gonna do? I do need to get rid of the instruction manual, I just realized. But today, I got another package in. It is now Thursday. I will say, this is not the package that will actually make sure that I can work on the base plates. So, I might not get to work on that this week. We'll see about tomorrow. Maybe something comes in, because there are 2 orders, according to my postal service, that might come in. It's like Schrodinger's order. They might come in, they might not. We won't know until tomorrow. So let's just first see what is in this one. So, well, we have a whole bunch of slopes in reddish brown, in nougat, in dark tan. We also have some nougat bricks, 2x2 bricks. We have dark tan plates, 4x6. We also have some nougat slopes, some very small slopes. Then we have some colorful long bricks. These are mostly to support the big rock pieces, both these and those angled ones. So that will be very helpful. These nougat tall bricks are essentially to fill in the gaps between them. And then we have some 1x6 plate, 1x2 bricks. All of this is very much for the support of those big rock pieces, because I've also ordered a lot more rock pieces. Not sure when that will come, but and just as I thought I was done filming for today, disaster struck. I had to single-handedly hold the Star Destroyer up while putting the support back together, which was really heavy. My arm really hurts. That was not in my plan. Damn it. So this incident has showed me I need to take it apart and really reinforce the support stands, and luckily I actually had enough parts to do so. As you can see, I've now used actually the original beams to just put it on there, and this is much stronger. I will say this is a bit flimsy and this is not final. There are parts coming that should make this part a bit better, but for now this will do, and especially here and here, this is really strong. Like, this can do whatever it wants. The support will not budge, and that is the most important thing, because, well, let's be fair, these things, they can just come off like that. So that is something that will not happen again. Anyway, I do need to put the entire thing back together, so let's get on that. So now that I'm actually putting it back together, this might have been a bit of a happy accident, because one thing is that I didn't really properly do the gaps previously. There was a little bit of leeway, and now there's absolutely nothing in between, as I can now see it and access it from the inside, which is quite nice. Also here, it's like it's completely just closed off. Previously there would be a gap here because that plate wasn't there. Same on that side. Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, but I'm okay with it because essentially I plan to display it from this angle. But yeah, this support structure, for the people who might be interested, is essentially just like a Technic brick with a layer of plate underneath, 2 layers of plate in between, another Technic brick, and a layer of plate up top. Same on the other side. This needs to be a little bit wider because the stands are actually a little bit further apart. But yeah, essentially just completely bricked and tiled off to the brim. I still need to, of course, do this. I can do that, but I do think this is a very effective way of dealing with it and making sure that this doesn't move, because now the movement is a lot less than it was before, so that's pretty good at least. Well, it took me all afternoon and a bit of the evening to put it all back together, but it is all back the way it was. I put it here on my desk now instead of over here, because the thing is, it was just sticking out way too much towards the side and it was just too easy to bump into. I don't want to do that anymore. Now, if I were to bump into it, I feel a lot safer now with the new stand, so that's at least good. So yeah, as you see, the stand, you know, holding up quite well. I do have a Tiny 4 mini build. Is anyone interested in the Tiny 4 mini build? Because I'm not really going to use that if I have a giant Jedha City underneath it. But this is pretty much it for the update, because it seems that my orders are not going to come in tomorrow, and I want to post the update video on Saturday. So yeah, that's the box of pieces. Over here we have the mess, which was supposed to be the Mills plate, but I can't really get to that yet. Next week. I really hope next week, because I've been waiting to make this for several weeks now. So yeah, that's about that. So if you like this update, please, you know, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, comment with your thoughts on the disaster that happened or whatever. And well, until my next video, may the force be with you.